Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor, or TayRexMua. If you don't already know who I am, I have been doing makeup on the more professional level for about 4.5 years now. I am over on TikTok, I am over on Facebook and Instagram. Those are my three main socials, but I am trying to post more on YouTube. Now, I love colorful looks. I live for the colorful, creative, crazy looks. I love doing them. But today we are going to kind of tone it down and just do like a nice, natural look for work. I recently ordered the Frida Kahlo palette from SheGlam. It was the one that has the picture over it and you rub it away to reveal the colors underneath. I do have a full unboxing reveal thing on my TikTok. That's the only place I think I've posted it. But anyway, let's just get into it because I do not have a lot of time before I have to be to work. My skincare is already done. Today I'm using my Allura Cosmetics eyeshadow base. It is a dupe for the P. Louise. I've never tried the P. Louise, but that's what I hear. While this base is drying, to save a little time, I'm just going to take my NYX brow glue. I'm not going to do crazy neat brows today, so I'm just going to run this through for now to darken them and kind of keep them in place. And then once my base and all that is on, I will go through with my Lift and Snatch pen. Now, all these shadows kind of look like shimmers to me. It doesn't seem like there's really any matte, so I'm not exactly sure how that's going to go. I'm just going to start with a big fluffy brush, and I am going to pop into this top shade up here. It's kind of like a pink tan. And I'm just going to start placing that, tapping it right above my crease. There are still some remnants of the shadows that was over, the colors that was over the shadow. There's some remnants of color left over the shadows is what I'm trying to say. So I'm not sure how that's going to affect the look. Maybe I should have tried to clean that away, but I didn't. So here we are. We'll just spread this out. I like to start with my lighter colors and kind of start just blending them. I do like to bring my makeup all the way to my brow. Yeah, see, that's just all shimmer. I'm not sure how this is going to work. I'm going into the shade next to it, which is a little bit lighter. So these two shades so far. I'm just going to really blend those out and make sure that everything is even before I move on to the darker colors. And a dense fluffy brush, just because these are shimmers, I'm going to go into this bottom brown here. I'm not sure I really care for this palette as using it for a whole look, just because it is kind of all shimmers. So I don't know. I'm not liking how this looks. Maybe if I just blend it a little more. I'm not sure what color I'm going to use on my lid. But, I mean, the colors are pretty. And they are blending well. They're pretty pigmented. But I also feel like maybe they're a little ashy. Again, that might just be because of the shimmer. I don't really know. I think I'm going to take this sort of, there's a little blue in there. It's like a gold, muted gold brown. Pop that on my lid. We'll clean up the edges a little, and I think this would be a nice palette as like a companion, but on its own, not so much. I need a pop of color, and I think the best place to find that is going to be in my Beach Garden Babes palette from Unhidden Beauty. And I think I'm going to take the shade Moonshine and just throw that in the inner corner. It matches really well with the look. I'm actually going to take this shade Minka as well, and I'm going to pop that on my lid just because I don't know. There we go. Add a little spice. All right, it's not perfect, but at least now I kind of know how I feel about the Frida Kahlo palette. I will definitely give it another chance, maybe on a day where I'm not in a rush and I don't have to finish my makeup in an hour or less. And I'm doing my wing with my Tattoo Studio ink pen from Maybelline. Messed up this wing a little bit. It happens. So I'm going to get a Q-tip and some micellar water. I'm also going to fix this wing so it's not going into the corner of my eye. Otherwise, my eyes are going to start watering. I feel like it's important for me to do these tutorials now and then to show that even if you make mistakes while doing your makeup, you can always fix it. I'm going to pop some lash glue down. I definitely feel like when I'm filming, that's when I tend to make more mistakes. It's almost like the pressure of being watched is like, which is why over on TikTok I do a lot of tutorials where I'm just showing what I'm using, and then a quick little clip of me putting the makeup on, because doing it live or in front of a camera is always a totally different experience. I'm just going to use some of my Lash and Roll mascara from e.l.f. again. I was looking for a different one that I have, but I can't find it right now, which means I put it where it doesn't go. Something that I do tend to do when I'm in a hurry. I just fling things back into a random spot. And then later I go back and I'm like, why? My glue still needs some time to dry, so I'm going to throw on a little bit of primer. I think today I'm going to try to use something that I don't normally grab for. The Pore Filler Primer from NYX. I don't like this primer. I don't know if I just got like a bad batch or if this is how it is, but it comes out of the tube and like these tiny little like weird, oh, see, it's spitting out like these weird little chunks, and then I don't know, it takes a lot. You have to like really work it in. But it kind of just stays in these weird little like chunks until you really rub it in. I can't just press it in. I have to actually rub. I am also going to use a little bit of the Angel Veil primer also from NYX, and that I'm just going to place everywhere. I don't know if anyone else does this, but I like to get primer kind of under my eye just to add a little bit of extra moisture there. My under eyes are incredibly dry. Time for lashes. My outer corner here isn't wanting to stick. Tight line with my Huda Beauty. Ugh. I swear, when I first got this, it was great, but now it's like not, oh, see, and it broke. It's not writing. I have to like break the tip off to get, why does it seem like a lot of things only work really well the first couple times you try it? I guess the plus side is it doesn't come off very easily. This is micellar water on a paper towel. I am going to underpaint my contour today with my Hank and Henry beauty stick. One of the things I love about underpainting is it can look really messy, and then once you throw on your foundation, it's better. And I love contouring. I may or may not go a little crazy sometimes. Oh, I'm going to take my little brush here, and I'm just going to messily blend this out. I want it to stay fairly dark so my foundation doesn't completely cover it up, but I don't want it to look like harsh. And the way to get rid of harsh lines when you're doing your makeup is definitely to tap instead of dragging. I drag a lot because my arms get tired, but you definitely want to just tap. Tapping is key with eyeshadow, with everything. Just tap and blend and tap and blend. Before I blend out the concealer on my eye, I'm going to throw on a little bit of my peach color corrector, a little bit more. I look very tired today. So now that that is all done and blended, I can go in with my foundation. I kind of rediscovered this Pretty Fresh ColourPop tinted moisturizer. I've had it for a while and I love it. This is like my second or third time repurchasing it, but I guess I just sort of forgot how much I love it. So I'm going to use it again today. And when I underpaint, I like to try and start off of the contour and just sort of work the foundation in around it. And then I'll start to blend down with whatever is left over. Foundation is done. If I feel like my contour got a little too covered up or whatever, which I don't really feel now, but I do want to darken it a little bit anyway, just to be dramatic, I just put a little on the back of my hand and then just lightly go over where I had it under the foundation. It is Wednesday and it's errand day, so after my shift at work, my husband and I are going to run our errands. So I would really like my makeup to stay all day, which is why I'm going to set it. I said that like Chandler from Friends. Could I be any more creative? Just kidding, I could be. So I'm going to first take my foundation sponge and just tap under my eyes and make sure that there are no creases. And I like to set my face by taking my poof and just drawing a line right there under my contour, and then I take whatever is left and tap some on my chin because I have some like dimpling that happens there, so every now and then my makeup will get a little creasy, so I just always set there. And then I go down my nose, and then trying not to use too much powder, which is why I always tap it somewhere else first. I go in under my eye, and I just honestly tap that the F in. I don't even worry. So I guess technically you could say that I bake a little, but as soon as I'm done tapping all of this powder in, I'm going to go through and brush that away. And I am using the Fenty Beauty lavender powder. I originally got it for my under eyes, but I'm pale enough that it works everywhere. Like, it doesn't really make me look too cakey. And then at the end of the day, if my makeup is starting to look rough, or after a few hours, if my makeup is starting to look rough, I can come back in with a poof and just tap away all the oil and shininess. It's expensive, but Ulta Beauty has Afterpay, and that's how I get my hands on it. One container usually lasts me 6 to 8 months, depending on how much I'm doing makeup, and I do makeup a lot. I also have this blush palette from SheGlam from their gaming collection. I feel like I didn't like this, but I'm going to give it another chance today. This is like the sort of, you can mix and match your blushes. So I'm going to go in very pigmented with the red first. Ooh, mama, that's pigmented. You can like see the X from the pattern. That's funny. Now I'm going to go into this like blue and put that on top. Bring it down a notch. I'm going to use the brush that I set my face with and just use that to further blend this out. For highlighter, I am going to use my liquid SheGlam I am going to go in with my powder highlight just so that I can like blend this a little better. There we go. I'm just going to do it here on my cheeks. Everywhere else my highlighter looks fine. It's just my cheeks where it's a little chunky. That's a lot better. That is better. For lipstick today, I'm just going to use this lipstick that I got in my BoxyCharm. I honestly cannot read that and I can't remember what it says, so I'll have to look it up later. But it's like a lip stain, but it feels like a lip oil. So this is the final look. It is definitely not my best work, but for being in a hurry, it's not too bad. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe and like and follow me on my other socials. I do post daily makeup content. I'm just not always on YouTube. My name is TayRexMua, and I hope you guys have a really great day. I appreciate you all. Thank you for watching.